Yeah, children, raising children. I think they turn out better when they're with the daddy. The mamas be trying to be their friend. But with my first two daughters, I didn't get as much interference. Because it was raised up with me predominantly. And then it was me and the mama was splitting up time period where there was a bumps in the road. But then it ended up with me towards the end, to the end. So I was still able to maintain them. My third daughter, she was with me, but then I had interference from her mama. Her mama we kept battling, going back and forth. And I had time, a lot of times, so she would, and I was in and out of jail all the time. So one time when I was in Texas, I was in jail, so she had them. And then, so when she had them for a while, she didn't want to get back after Katrina. But I went ahead and let it be. She didn't hit me up with no child support and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole time she was with me their whole life. And then I didn't hit her up for no child support. But what happened, my daughter was acting her ass. She was like, you know, that she couldn't do nothing with her, so she wanted to come drop her off at me. She dropped off with me when she was like 7. And she was with me till she was 5. And she got her. And then a couple of years while she was 7, she couldn't take it, so she gave her back to me, kept my son, and gave her to me. So now she with me, and she was getting in some shit. She was going to Johnson, and she was getting in some shit, and I had to get her mind right. You know what I'm saying? Because she was something else. And then so then the mama wanted her back. You know what I'm saying? About 7, 8. So she was about 8. When she was 8 or so, 8 or 9. She was I straightened her out, got her head, her mind right. You know what I'm saying? Then so she went back with her mama. And she with her mama. And then I said, look, if you want her back, and she's 9 years old, I mean, it's gonna come a time where it's too damn late. You know, because you don't raise like me. You got a different shit going on with you. And shit, it was her and she had a husband. So I'm like, you know, y'all could figure some shit out. So she had her 9, 10, around 12 years old. 12, I said, fuck no, I ain't taking that girl no goddamn 12, 13. Fuck that. She too old. You know what I mean? You done got her, whatever she is in her head, that's who she is. She dropped her ass off, me. And I was like, man, fuck that shit. So I took her and drove her back over by her mama's house and opened up her mama's door and pushed her in. Said, man, finish raising your goddamn daughter. And slammed the door. And I was heading down the street. And they got the tussling up in there, and my daughter ran out, Daddy! Screaming down the street. I'm like, God damn. I'm looking at her in my rearview mirror like, fuck. So I went ahead and backed up, and I took her home at 12 and 13. I'm not sure, but 13 is a cutoff, like damn. So 13, here she is with me, and she thinking, I don't know what she thought it was a party. Like she took off, she would call me. I don't know what she think I'm at a football game. I said, well, you told your mama. Well, she didn't want me to go, and I don't know. And she always want to put on punishment, and I'm ready to get a whooping and get it over with. And the way she talking, I'm like, where is this? What? So now she with me, and thinking that is, you know, you gonna just do whatever. No. So 13, while she was going to Singleton or something, she was getting in the shit fights and shit at school. She was getting the teachers calling me all the time. And then and at the time I had my other left-handed, my other child, my son with me. So it was just me and him. And I was like, and I ain't seen him in years. And his mama dumped him off on me because he was fighting his mama. So they gonna hear you need your daddy, and they gonna give him to me. And I'm like, man, shit. But since I wasn't in his life, because after Katrina, I lost track of him. They went to Atlanta somewhere, then it was gone. So I don't know what happened with the dude. So he came to me. I think he was in 5th grade or 6th grade. But the mom was like, you gotta come get him, because I'm gonna kill him. And he was going to, I'm like, what? So I was trying to get to know the dude. But he wouldn't talk much. And then I went up to the school because he had A's. And in Jefferson Parish, he was going to school in Jefferson. And no matter if you got straight A's, if you fail that last quarter, you fail the whole year. Ain't no averaging out over there. So I was like, so I went and talked to the teachers. They pulled up his record. That boy was getting suspended. He was getting in fights. He had a whole list of shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, I guess I don't know this nigga. I mean, it's my son, but I didn't really know him. So I was trying to get to know him, but he would never talk. He was just, if I say, how was school? Good. So how was your day? Good. I'm like, how's everything, man? I mean, what's up, dog? You know, how the people at school? They're okay. He was just only speaking brief sentences, and I would try to phrase it so it don't be a yes or no answer, but he would not talk. I don't know what, but I mean later I figured, because I heard him talking when he was talking to his brothers and sisters in the room. They was in there talking, and I heard him talk. I never heard him say full sentence. And he had some kind of he was doing some fuck ass shit like that. So I'm assuming that he didn't want me to hit him to talk or do any actions in front of me, because he didn't want me to, he didn't want to accidentally do that little cluck shit, whatever the fuck that is. But anyway, that was him. So me and him, I was trying to get to know him, and I was straightening his ass up, because he was trying to fight his mama, but I mean, he couldn't do no fight shit with me. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, so like, it was a boy. So it was just me and him in the crib. And then she jumped off my daughter. I'm like, fuck. And that caused because I only had a 2-bedroom, one for me and one for my son. I wasn't set up for no daughter. I had a 3-bedroom. Now I had a goddamn Section 8. If I had another child, I have a bigger house. I ain't had no damn Section 8. So I had to you know, deal with it like that. So I went to the so anyway, I tried to take her ass back. So I was stuck with her. So I'm sitting up here. So I had my son and daughter, 12 and 13, in the same fucking room. And I'm like, fuck, I can't have that. So I had to put one in my room, and I'll catch the couch. And I'm like, fuck. But then I was dating this woman, this older woman. She's like 10 years older than me, and she had a 4-bedroom crib. She's like, come stay with me. And I'm like, damn. I mean, I'm chilling. I mean, and she was like, she wanted me to come stay with her, and it was and she was an older Christian woman and all that bullshit, but she fed me and stuff. And I figured that she could actually help me. And she took a liking to my daughter, and it was like, oh, and she was bringing her to church and shit. And so I fucked around and went ahead and moved in with her. I left my little 2-bedroom crib. I would never do that shit again. Best to stay home. Never move in with no fucking woman. But I moved in with her just so my children could have a different room, really. And so we was dating. It wasn't like I moved in her for any other reason. And then I took over all the bills over in the house and shit. And I had my daughter. But I was still going through it with both of them. It was a pain in the ass trying to raise my daughters. And then so I had my oldest daughter. They was already grown. Started stepping in, trying to call herself taking up for her little sister against me. But she didn't know how fucked up her little sister was. So here I am. She called the Child Protective Services on me. I'm like, what? Well, first she kept wanting her to go out there. So I brought her out there for the summer to stay with her sister. And then it was time to come back. And she called herself a keeper. She said, I'm a keeper. Because she went there crying, yeah, he be mean and this like that. But she didn't say all the shit she does. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I mean, nobody gonna raise my children but me. And you not about to raise my daughter. No. She needs a daddy. She needs me to raise her ass, because her mindset ain't okay. Dad, you just don't understand it. I'm gonna keep her. She's gonna make it assert herself. But her husband was a police. But so she know how to get down. I jump in my shit, drive down there, and throw my daughter in the fucking trunk, tie her ass up, throw her in the trunk, and bring her ass back. So she was waiting for me to show up with a confrontation and shit. And I'm like, what? And she was talking sporty and like that. I was like, oh, what? And yeah, my first mind was to jump in my car and go down there and go grab my daughter and stick my foot up everybody's ass. Shut it down. But it's like, nah, I know what she was in Georgia and I was in New Orleans. I said, you know what? I called her mama. And I told her mama what's up. I said, hey, she's trying to keep her out there, and I'm not about to go out there because I'm ending up in jail because I'm about to go down there and choke everybody. So the mama, she called her. She was like, look, I know you mean well, that's your little sister and everything, but you need to send my daughter back home because ain't nobody gonna raise my daughter except me or her daddy, and not you. You not raising her. So you better get her on the first thing moving, and I'm talking about like right now, because I'm calling the police. If I gotta call the police and get them involved with kidnapping, I'm pressing charges all the way. So my daughter was like, oh shit. So she got her on that bus and sent her to her mama. And then the mama picked her up, checked her out, sat her down and talked and all that shit. And kept out her stuff and dropped it right back off to me. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh your God, motherfucker. Go your room. This where you gonna this what you gonna get. This is your raising right here. Me. And she was like, ah! So she just trying to cut up, but she's sitting up here still testing me. She's still getting the shit. So I had no problem whooping ass. Sometimes I'll smack the fuck out just so she could know she could get smacked, motherfucker. You gonna smack her, hold up. You know what I mean? On all the little shit. I was mean on purpose, just to get her mind right, so she because she thinks she's sick. There's no battling here. So my oldest daughter started calling the Child Protective Service, and so the Child Protective Service came, and then my wife, me and her ended up getting married with her. So she was there, and we're like, oh, we talked to the Child Protective Service. It's like, no, and I'm showing her record, she getting the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I do this to my child. All she gotta do is stop getting the shit, and we be cool. But she's doing this stuff. She wasn't getting suspended. She wasn't getting in the fights. And now I watched her on the bus. She moved up to the seat and hit the girl. And it's all on camera. The teacher would call me down and show me video of her doing some wild ass fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she grabbed somebody, this dude hand, they went down the stairwell. Then they trying to see what, and on the camera, they had on cameras on the stairwell. Then she come back up from the stairwell, they trying to see what they went down there for. She doing twerking and shit, doing shit, fuck shit. I'm like, dude, you know they got cameras, right? Why is you doing all this weird shit? Man, you always worry about what I'm doing. Yeah, motherfucker, you embarrassing. You doing all kinds of shit. They don't get out like that out here. So, yeah, so she was a handful. And but so it took me from 13, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, then when the child picture came on the second time, I'm like, oh hell no, we ain't gonna have all this shit. I said, and they said, well, we need to sign something. You hit her, you this, you that. And I said, well, I whoop ass. I whoop my children's ass so the police don't have to. I'm like, I mean, yeah, you know, and so they said, well, you gotta sign something that you ain't gonna hit them. I'm like, no, I ain't sign that shit. I am definitely gonna whoop ass. If she come with some shit, I'm gonna whoop her ass. I'll do corporal punishment, and I'm an ass whooper. And they're like, damn. So they try to figure out what. Well, look, well here you gotta sign something. Sign this saying that if you do have to punish her or whip her, you're not gonna leave any bruises. I was like, I can sign that. Yeah, I'm trying not to leave any bruises. You know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to bruise her up anyway. You know what I mean? So I signed that. And I said, well, look, next time y'all come, if y'all gotta come here again, make sure you got a room prepared for her, because when you come, I'm not even gonna let your fucking ass in. I'm just gonna pack her shit and I'm gonna push her out the door to you, and y'all just gonna take her with you. That's it. Because my mama don't want to deal with her shit. I gotta put up with her shit, and she not about to go stay with her sister or nobody else. It's just me, your mama, or you, motherfuckers. And ain't nobody gonna adopt her, I already know. Ain't nobody gonna adopt no goddamn 13, 14-year-old badass. So I let her, so they left. And then I smacked the fuck out of her ass again. Like, what the hell? What you thinking about? This all you got right here. This it right here, my face. This face right here is all you got. You can't go run to your mama. You can't go run to your sister. Ain't nobody gonna deal with your fucking ass except me. This all you got. And all you gotta do is stop doing that bullshit, and you ain't gotta worry about me. We can live happily ever after if you just cut the bullshit. And she was like, crying to her sister and everything like that. But she told her sister, don't call her child protective people no more, because he gonna send me with me. My mama don't want me over there. And I just, so basically I finally broke her ass down to where she gave up and just stopped doing bullshit. She just was like, and I know she was biding her time, ready to get the fuck out. That's what I want you to do. I want you to just sit your ass there, don't do nothing, and then wait to graduate and get the fuck out. That's what. And you're going to get the fuck out somewhere. You ain't going to just get out. You're going to go your ass to the military, and you're going to be wanting to leave so bad that you're going to want to go to get the first thing moving. And the first thing, the easiest way to get out the house is to go to the military. Because unless you're going to go to college, and you're going to get you some grades and go to college, you go to the dorm. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that'll work. That's one way out, college or the military. But you ain't gonna go hanging out in the goddamn street. So here she is, 13, 14, she's 15 years old and shit. And she would go visit her mom. And by the time she was 15, she done gave up all her shit. She was like, fuck it. I just can't wait to get the fuck up out of here and try to deal with this motherfucker. And then her mom was like, damn, wow, she has changed so much. You know what I mean? She's like, well, so she went to go spend the summer with her mama, and I think she was 15 years old, 15. And I was like, you know, she's in. It's time. Okay, hey, it's time for her to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get ready for school and all that shit. And she's like, well, you know, I'll take it from here. She done conned her mama and have her stay with her mama. I'm like, listen, she need my foot up her ass to ride this out. She only got 2 more years to go. You can see her anytime you want, but she needs to be right here so I can look at her ass every day. I'll take it from here. You're not the only one that can raise children. In turn, I can take it from here. Me and my husband gonna figure this out. I'm like, you stupid? Ooh. Oh man. But I ain't had time to battle. I ain't gonna sit up here and battle back and forth. I was like, you know what? Don't you bring her back, Bobby. 15 years old, she's gonna be 16, 17, and when she start taking dick and fucking on your couch and nutting in your goddamn cereal, don't tell me shit. Don't you come up to me with shit. She getting to the age where she on some grown shit, and unless you got the fucking, she know not to bring a nigga in my motherfucking crib. You gonna be playing all kind of games with this little motherfucker. So she like, whatever, I got it from here. And took her ass. So I just kept her. Okay, fine. A year. Wait, 1 year passed. She calling me up. Oh, hell no. This bitch done brought a nigga in my house. I come home, I see some nigga running out my fucking house. She parked out front, some nigga pulling up. I'm like, what the fuck is you telling me for? Why are you telling me any of this shit? The fuck I'm supposed to do? I had a party over here at my party at the house. And she came over with a leather pants, with a black top, with all her back out, no bra on, and shit. And she looking at me like, I looked at her like, what the fuck you got on? And then she went and hugged her mama. Oh, come on, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? She with me. We just, I said, well, how does she even own some shit like that? I wouldn't let my daughter own no shit like that. You can't wear nothing. If I can see your kneecap, you can't wear that motherfucker. No. You don't get to wear no shit like that. So she there with her mama, and I'm like, I don't have time to run back and forth with her on that shit. And all the way up until the graduation day. So when she couldn't come back by me. And she going through it with her mama, and her mama just couldn't stand her. She like, I just can't wait till she graduate, trying to go. She have a job. Oh, they tripping on the job. I'm about to go find this other. I said, no, you don't quit no job like that. You gotta learn how to. You're gonna be dealing with shit every time. If you quit jobs right now, you'll be bouncing between jobs when you're grown. You practice it right now. She's working here. No, the manager's tripping, so you start working over there. I'm like, you know, it's not the job, it's you. You gotta learn how to deal with people. You gotta deal with people, and I'm trying to tell her some good shit. But the mama said, yeah, quit that, fuck them people. They got other jobs. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't gonna blame and say your mama fucked up, but hey, I had interference on it where I couldn't. So all I wanted her to do is have a graduation. So I went ahead and bought her a dress for her graduation. I got her all her shit, you know what I mean? And then she was going to graduate on graduation day, the day before graduation. Their mama left, and she took off in the car to go get her fucking nails done or some shit. Now the mama, she had got a spare key made or something, and so the other car, they left. She's so stupid, she didn't wait for them to be gone. They was gone for a ways. She couldn't wait for them to get good and on the road before she left. They pull off. She gonna go pull off after them, and then the mama forgot something and turned around and came back to get it, and the car was gone, and she was gone. So she was mad as hell, fussing and bitching and cussing and all that shit. And they got it, and she called her, where you at, and bring that car home right now. And they went and got her, told her to walk her ass home. When she got home, they got to fight and all kind of shit. So here she called her, Daddy! Daddy! I'm like, what the fuck? So I came to stop her from beating her ass. Because the mama was beating her ass and took a gun and was about to put it to her fucking head type shit. Because she couldn't just manhandle her like a man could just handle the little fuck ass girl. But so the mama was like trying to fight her like two grown ass women fighting. She pulled out a gun and started smacking her with the fucking gun. And I pulled up, fuck her, what is all this shit? You know what I'm saying? And I was mad at the mama too. So when I went over with her, she wanted to call the police. The daughter wanted to call the police. I'm like, call the bitches. She was hitting you with a gun, shit. She pulled a gun out on you. That's against the law. I mean, shit, she didn't call the police on me. Shit, when she fucking pulled out a knife, the mama on me, I didn't call the police. Even though I went to the hospital, had to get stitches. The police came there to answer who she was. I didn't say nothing. But when she was tripping on me, and I'm like, bitch, you ain't come here again. I gave her that 3-piece and fucked her fucking face up, caved in her goddamn mouth. She was breathing too strong. They went in there and asked her who did that. She gave my name, social security number, my draw size, my shoe size, my goddamn. She gave them everything on me. So I was kind of salty on that anyway. So when the daughter wanted to call the police, I'm gonna call them. They filled out a police report and everything, and she pulled out a gun, and then they like, we don't have no gun and all this stuff. And I was just, so I took my daughter, she didn't want her daughter back in the house, kicked her out. So my ex-wife, her son was graduating, and they knew each other. So I let her go to her prom, his prom. So she went with them to his prom. And she over there acting ass. They had video of her acting ass. She ain't give a fuck. On a party bus acting her ass and shit. Like nothing that came out my house. So after graduation, I went and I had I called my oldest daughter. She graduated. I didn't want to come back there with me because I had time to deal with a grown ass. But I was gonna help her go find a job and everything. No, I went to go help her get a job and go see what we're gonna do with her. So me and my wife, my current wife, we went over there to pick her up one morning to bring her, out to see what we could do for her. On Saturday morning, she was by my grandmama. I left her by my grandmama's house. Man, I go by my grandmama's house. I walk in the house. She laid up with some nigga. They had weed all over the place. They had a party in that motherfucker. The nigga laid up there comfortable like he just finished getting the fucking dick sucked and everything. He laid back chilling, she laid out. I'm looking at this scene like, what the fuck? Click! I go outside and find me a stick. I'm like, oh, I closed the door. I went outside and found me a fucking stick, boy. And I found this old piece of bullshit ass stick. It was a wood, a frame, but it wasn't even wood. It was made out of some goddamn styrofoam shit. The first hit, it broke in half. So I had to go with them hands. But anyway, so I went back in the house. I opened that door, and the nigga was gone. Then she put a teddy bear in. And the back door wide open. So I ran to the back door wide open. That shit was like, that boy flew, woof. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then the horns are bah, bah. Because Cynthia was outside the car. And I went outside, what the fuck? And Cynthia was there talking about, he right there, he jumped in the car, he just sped off in his car. Because she knew his car. He ran around through the house, came out somebody's backyard, jumped in his car and sped off. So here I am with Donica. I'm like, oh shit. Fuck. I said, hey, what the fuck? What's what happened? She said, oh. She said, what's wrong? I was like, look, I mean, you got a whole nigga up in here. She was like, no, you talking about the teddy bear? The teddy bear? She's like, what? I've been here by myself, mom. Click. And I took that stick and it just broke. And then I just started bam, 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 bam. So she's like, ah. And then so I go outside, look for the dude. I'm like, so I called. That's when I called my other daughter, and I sent her $200 to come get her the fuck out of New Orleans. And so she drove down, and I financed it, and I sent her money to help out with her sister and shit. And so she was down there by her sister, and then the sister got to know who the fuck she was. Then the sister was like, oh hell no. Damn, bitch, you raggedy. But she got a job at the post office. She didn't want to work there. Then she started she started stripping or some shit, going to the clubs and shit. They're bringing niggas over to the house. And the police, they out there smoking weed and shit. Like, you can't do all this shit in my motherfucking house. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? They was doing all kind of crazy shit till she finally ready to get rid of her ass. And she didn't want to tell me. So she took her back to New Orleans without telling me. She didn't let me know because she knew how to try to shut it down or whatever. So she was back in New Orleans. I didn't know. But yeah, she was doing all the most weirdest fucking foul shit ever. And so anyway, so to this day, we don't communicate. I don't know what's going on with her. You know what I mean? I heard she was in Texas. She was up going here, there. I don't know what she's doing. But she don't come by my house. She go by her mama. She go by her mama house, and we both got a house in the West Bank. And she would bypass me and go to her mama. You know what I'm saying? But all the children that listen to me, they doing swell. The ones that don't listen to me, I don't know what the fuck they doing. I don't know. So I don't know what's with my son. I don't know what the fuck he doing. I don't hear nothing from him, and I don't hear nothing from my daughter. But the mama, she be saying, oh, your daughter say that every time y'all talk, y'all get into it, and she hang up or you hang up. And that's a goddamn lie. We don't have any conversation at all. There's no we get into it. There's not get into it. That's a lie. We don't have any communication, any conversation at all. And I'm like, why is she telling your mama? And I told her, no, we don't talk at all. There's no we hang out with it. And she said, oh, she said that y'all was talking and y'all was trying to work things out, get it together. I'm like, no, first of all, I don't work shit out with my children. Motherfucker, I don't know no sorrows, motherfucker. What happened. And it ain't no workout. You know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You my daughter. You know, I mean, hey, yeah, I love you and all that good shit, but you know, fuck the bullshit. So it's not, I don't feel there's nothing that we need to talk over and work out. And she's still peddling that bullshit about it was a teddy bear and I thought it was a man, a whole human. I'm so fucked up in my head that I thought a teddy bear was a human. She got me fucked up. It was my wife outside where she just saw a ghost. Is her imagination. It was mass hysteria or some shit. I thought my wife saw the teddy bear run out. Yeah, so I mean, I don't worry about them. I don't worry about them. I heard she in Texas somewhere. I wish her the best. But don't talking about you talking to me and we working shit out. Don't saying that, oh, we always fussing. So we have zero conversation. The last time I saw her is at my son's graduation from boot camp. And she was out there with some old ass nigga, he was older than me. And then they chilling and shit. And then she hugging me, holding me and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I love you, baby. You know, it's all, you know, I didn't push her away. Because it was kind of weird as fuck. She kept hugging me and holding me. I'm like, God damn, motherfucker. You know, but I wanted to peel her off. Okay, back the fuck up. But I didn't want her to say, I was trying to hug my daddy and he pushed me off of her. Pushed him away. So she was probably trying to make it weird so that I could push her off me. So that she could say that when I was trying to hug my daddy, he pushed me off. So I just was chilling and let her hug me. I was just talking to people while she's sitting there hugging me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Let me go, you goddamn weirdo. In my mind. But that conniving motherfucker wanted me to say, man, get the fuck. So that she can say, see how he does? See, he don't love me. And children something else. Come with that old bullshit. But most children, like all three of my dogs, when they left the house, they had a few years of some, I hate you, daddy. I'm grown now. I'm gonna do my thing. And they get out there and they be like, God damn, life is hard as a motherfucker. Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? Yeah, they need your daddy. They need that daddy advice. They need that daddy look out for love. Boy, they need their daddy. But they was out there bumping their heads in the walls and fucking up and not talking to me. And then finally they like daddy. And they finally got back with me. And then they get advice. You get to have advice. You get to have a backbone, somebody that's there to look out for you. Because they was going through some dumbass shit that they did not have to go through if they had their daddy. Because even after you're grown, you still need your daddy. It's all day. Parenting don't stop. I still talk to my children today, and I still have to advise them on things. And then they have to let out some shit that nobody give a fuck. Nobody want to hear their shit. But I would sit back and listen to all their problems and even give them advice on their bullshit, just like my mom did for me. I could always call my mama, and she would listen to my bullshit and give me advice on the dumbass shit. And as she talking and she listening, as I'm saying it, I'm thinking to myself, that's some dumbass shit. Why the fuck am I even tripping? Thanks, Mom. So yeah, raising children don't stop. And so she going through her few years of bullshit. Then when she wake up, she's about probably 23 years old, she gonna be like, man, my daddy. You know what I mean? Because who the best person to tell you, give you advice, except the motherfucker that did all kind of negative shit. Don't sell dope. A nigga that sold dope and got caught up was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And whoever, the best person to tell you not to do some bullshit is the one that did all the bullshit. And give you good advice on buy a house. Get you a house, invest in some stocks. The person that didn't do it, the one that fucked off a lot of time and money, they the ones that can tell you how to do right in life. Better than some self-righteous fuck ass that ain't did shit and sitting up in there in a little world saying, hey, don't just be a good guy. So anyway, interference from the mothers with the children is fucked up. Because a lot of times they need their daddy. They need their daddy. Like this is one tragic story. I mean, I feel bad. It's not me, but a good friend of mine, her son, the daddy came over, and the daddy took the son for a weekend and hung out with him, and daddy was cool. And he cut his hair. He was gonna be in his life at the time he needed him. And the son came back, like, man, I don't wanna go by that dude no more, man. He got all kind of rules and shit he got. And then instead of her saying, no, you're gonna go by your daddy. That's your daddy. You going over there for weekends and put her foot down and say, I don't give a fuck if you don't want to go by your daddy. You're going by your daddy. So he didn't have to go by his daddy no more. He grew his hair out. He started hanging out in the streets. He was doing all kind of shit. And I would see him. I'd be like, come on, man. Come on, bro. What's up? He's like, oh, I'm cool, Mr. Don, good. And he ended up getting killed out there in the streets. Now, not to say that it wouldn't have happened if he would have had his daddy with him, but he would have had other shit to do. You know what I mean? And just do whatever he wanted to do. You know, because that's what happened with my son. That dude, he was out there, he ran away. That dude ran away. I mean, I wasn't no easy ass dude. I'm the kind of daddy that you be like, God damn, okay, yes, sorry. You gonna do right or get your ass, my foot up your ass. You know what I mean? So he was like, he ran away because I was trying to keep him off the street, keep him. He a messy little dude. He like mess. He be trying to be in all kind of mess and shit. So I used to take him to work on me on the weekends. And I always had work, and I even sometimes in the summer, late at night, I would have work at a house. When I'm doing attic wiring, I would have him with me. And he was like, he told his mama when he ran away, he told his mama that I can't have no fun. I'm 15 and I can't have no fun. He always working on all the weekends. You know, stuff I want to go do. I don't get a chance to go hang out and do kid stuff. My whole childhood is going away, and I can't do that. She should have said, well, okay, I'm going to talk to your daddy, but you're going to take your ass back over there by your daddy. You're going back by your daddy, and I'm going to talk to him about letting you take off some weekends, and you can come by me more often, but your base is going to be by your daddy. And when I talk to her, she's going to tell me, well, you ain't no fun here. I'm like, life ain't no goddamn fun. Real out here. And I do have him working. Okay, well, that's fine. You can go ahead and we talked about him coming back. But he didn't want to come back by me at all. Oh, well. And he graduated. I don't know what the fuck he doing now. I don't know what he doing. He didn't go in the military. I don't know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? My other son, he went to the electricians union. You know what I mean? I know they do it. And then when my other son was going to the military, then the one that was an electrician, he dropped out that shit. He was there for a whole year. He dropped out that shit and jumped and joined the Marines. So now I got a son in the Marines, a son in the Army. My daughter, she's still in the Army, going on 12 years or some shit. And then I got my oldest daughter. She was in the Marines, and she went and at the post office. Now she's driving down CDL, doing some driving stuff. But they all got their families and married, doing their thing. And my sons, I told them, don't get married, not yet. Get yourself together. And I'm trying to get them to invest some money and get a house, buy a little duplex, anytime. Right now, you gotta wait till a few further down. Right now, you can buy a house. Right now, at 20 years old, buy you a goddamn house.
After 1 mile, keep right and take the exit.
Right now, trying to get them straight. And things. So my two children that I don't keep in touch with, what can I say? You know what I'm saying? And I got a dog that's what the fuck I just did?